All right, I think we are live, David. I want to welcome everybody to today's webinar, Business Opportunity Overview of Ingresso Cybernetico. Thanks for showing up. It is June 4th, and it's Thursday, and I woke up this morning, guys. Before 6 o'clock this morning, I made $300. It was crazy. I'm like, really? So it's pretty exciting what we're about to present to you. There is a little bit of delay between the chat and us talking. So if you have any questions, let us know. Make sure, type 1 to let me know that you guys can see and hear us. But I'm really excited today because I have David Wishkovey, who's one of my top runners right now in Ingresso Cybernetico, and I just want to introduce him. He's going to give you a little bit of background on him, where he was, and at the end of the presentation, we're going to give you an update on where he is today. So David, go ahead, right ahead. Welcome to the call, honey.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jen. I appreciate it. Guys, this is a business opportunity call so that you can see what Ingresso can do for you, what it's done for many people, what it's done for myself, get a look at the products and the services, the comp plan, the team support, the my testimonial, where it's brought Jen and Mike. But just to give you a little idea of where I started, I started in a double slide-out camper, sleeping 4 people in a queen-size bed, little over 3 months ago. I'd say about 4 months ago. This opportunity was presented to me by Mike's Jen's fiance, Mike, and I had been doing some online stuff for a little bit. I was doing freebie marketing. And I didn't really know Mike from Jack. He just kind of hit me up on Facebook. I was pretty good at what I was doing, and he said, Dave, I just want you to know I see you. Have you ever considered Ingresso Cybernetico? And I was thinking at the time, I'm like, here we go again, because I had been pitched by every single person in every business, from weight loss to makeup, like Pete likes to say, shoes that make your hair grow. Everybody kind of wanted to in their business, but I was like kind of blowing smoke at Mike at first. I was like, yeah, just give me the information, man, I'll look at it. Because there had been many times, guys, where people would tell me you could make $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and my first question, of course, is, well, have you done that? And normally people start backtracking at that point. So when I got out of the chat with Mike, I got down, I looked at the compensation plan a little bit, and it kind of made sense. So I got back in touch with him, and I just asked him, I said, how much money have you made? And at that point, I think they had been in the company about 12 or 13 months and had produced about $100,000. Which I had heard that before too, right? How much money have you made? And then normally when you ask people to document that success, they start backpedaling, but he was more than capable of documenting that success. Came kind of in contact with Jen through a few chats, got to know him, and decided to plug in with this team and this system. It's been absolutely phenomenal for me. The relationships that I've built with my mentorship, the Jen right there, the top female earner in the United States in the company, reaches far beyond business, guys. If anybody's seen me or knows my story, I just packed up my whole family and drove over to Boston, spent the weekend with him. And you're talking about a guy that was sleeping 4 people in a queen-size bed, right? I woke up with the head or a foot in my spinal cord every day. I had 4 bottles of salad dressing in my refrigerator. I had to pack up the kids to go to Grandma's house for dinner every night, forget the Starbucks and the McDonald's and the cable, and I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. When I got this opportunity...
Sit still. You're breaking up a little bit. Sit still.
Sorry. When I got this opportunity, I had to I took the last little bit of money that I had, and I kind of put it into this business opportunity, and I had to do it when my fiance was at work because she wouldn't have really approved. When she came home, I said, babe, I took our last little bit of money, and I put it into this business. And she said, you did what? You did what? Right? And then I just kind of made it work, man. My family had to sacrifice a little bit. I had to sacrifice a little bit. We've been through our struggles, but ultimately trying to pave the way for anybody else that wants to have this opportunity. And it really took me treating my business like a business from the get-go. There's a million things you're going to see on Facebook or on the internet that say start for free and you'll earn $20,000 a month in 3 weeks. Guys, that stuff is not possible because it defies the universal laws of mathematics that dictate 0 plus 0 is 0. If you don't put anything into your business, more so than money, time, effort, and energy, you can't get anything out of it. So we're here to give you the business opportunity, present the way for you on how we made it possible. Nobody's special, man. Not one little bit. And just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, John, I'm going to give it to you so that way you can go over everything that we need to go over, and then maybe I'll touch up a little bit at the end. But thanks for the introduction, and I love working with you.
I love working with you too, and it was pretty amazing because when David did come a couple of weeks ago, he was sleeping in that camper, and it was an impromptu thing on a Friday morning where we're like, you know what, why don't you? I wish you guys were here. I just want to hug you. And the next thing you know, him, Ashley, and Zoe, and his little son Aiden, we call him Thing One because I have an Aiden. Well, here's a funny story. Both of our children are Aiden James, but the funnier thing is that their Aiden is AJC, just like mine is AJC because his last name is Christensen. So it was pretty funny. We had to nickname our children Thing One and Thing Two all weekend, so we just knew who we were talking to or about. But, you know, they spent the weekend here. We had a great time. We went to the beaches and went up to Gloucester and toured the area, and it was just a relaxing thing. And we sat on my couch, and I was talking to David, and I said, David, it's time. It's time to remove yourself from the camper. It's time for you to be in a home with your family. You've worked hard. It is your time. And him and Ashley, you know, stayed up late at night with us. The next morning they were leaving, and you know, by the time they got back to Chicago, they were packing their stuff up and moving to Alabama. So I mean, it was that crazy, and you're going to see the result of that conversation at the end of this. But it just shows that when you connect with the right people, when you are with people that really care about you, I mean, we opened our home to them. They're our family. There's pictures of us cooking together in my kitchen. And, you know, it just comes full circle when you're with the right community. There are a lot of opportunities out there, guys, and I see them come, I see them go. I've made mistakes in my journey in this company of, you know, kind of getting sidetracked, but that is a thing of the past because this is home. There are a lot of people that have been in the company from day one that are returning that did the same thing I did, and I'm very blessed to work with the people I do. But at the end of the day, you're going to see that we are a community of people that care about each other, and that we have an opportunity, and that there's a reason why everybody always comes back. So I'm going to get into it in a second. David said something that I wanted to touch upon because his story and my story kind of are similar in circumstances in the beginning. When I found this opportunity, my sponsor, Pete Delmonico, had a dear friend of his call me one day. Now, Michael and I, in November of 2013, were looking at eviction. We live north of Boston currently. We are moving to Florida at the end of this month. But we were looking at eviction in our condex. They don't play any games in these things up here, and the rents are ridiculous. You know, my rent's been anywhere from $1,500. Where I'm currently at is over $2,000 a month for a condo. It is ridiculous. So, you know, my monthly budget right now is $4,500. That's why I'm leaving. So, you know, but at the end of the day, I was really scared. Pete, you know, he was tired of seeing me scared. We work hard, you know, we're very caring people. We love our you know, our teams. And so John got on the phone with me, and what I didn't know was John is $1 million a month earner. So John called me in about we were on the phone for 2.5 hours, but in the middle of that call, Michael was at work, and he called in, and he's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm on the phone with John Gilardi. And he's like, whatever you do, do not sign into anything. We can't afford it. We are so broke. We were eating out of food banks. We were late on our rent. We were looking at eviction. We didn't even have a car for 11 months of 2013. And we lived in the middle of nowhere. We were booting rides from everybody that we knew just to get a gallon of milk. It was that serious. It was that scary. And I was a college student at the time as well. So it was really bad, you know, in terms of everything that we needed, we relied on everybody else. So when John brought this opportunity about, I said, you know what, I'm already broke. I mean, how much more broke could I get? I have to try. I see something here. And it was already an established company in another country, so when it came here, it just made all the sense in the world. It was established, and I'm hearing about it from $1 million a month earner. He must know something I don't, and I'm broke. who am I to question him? So what happened was that night when Michael got home, he's like, well, what happened with that phone call today? And I told him, I went against what you asked me to do. I decided to join. And he's like, what are you doing? We're broke. And I'm like, how much more broke can we get? You know, I mean, got to try it, you know. And so John called that night after dental surgery and talked to Michael for another 2.5 hours. So in the first day of me finding out about this opportunity, we spoke to a $1 million a month earner for 5 hours. Within 12 hours of us being in this company, we made our first $125, and it's just been great ever since. Our first month we made $3,000, which was November. In December we made $9,000, of which $4,000 was the week of Christmas. People say you can't make money at Christmas. I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of break down the opportunity for you, show you where we've been, you know, what we saw, and about all the different ways we get paid in this company. So, David, just let me know when you can see my screen, okay, honey?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. All right.
Got
Huh?
We got liftoff.
You got liftoff? Okay, good. Because I got to log in. You would have thought that I would have already had this loaded, right? Not me. So, you know, at the end of the, why is it not showing up? At the end of the day, guys, you know, this is just an incredible opportunity, and I'm really excited to, you know, present this to you. I'm excited to show you that, you know, things are possible if you really believe and trust in the right people. So I'm going to start off with the background of Ingresso. What Ingresso is, it's a turnkey business, all right? It is a complete turnkey business. We offer a tool suite of products every marketer wants and needs to be successful online. We show you step by step how to use the tools as well as strategies and techniques to be successful on the internet. IC combines the best of both internet marketing and home-based business industry with our tool suite and aggressive comp plan, and not to mention, that's not on this slide, the amazing support system that you get with these people. Okay, so Ingresso, it started in 2012 in Medellin, Colombia. It converted to English and Portuguese, and actually November of 2013 it began its conversion.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Gold.
Hello. Hey, Dwayne.
I'm the CEO of Master Cybernetica.
Let me pause, Dwayne. Hold on. Sorry about that. So, Dwayne always pops in on me. Anyway, so it was based in Medellin, Colombia. It started in September 2012, converted to English and Portuguese in 2014. When we got it in November of 2013, it was completely a Hispanic website. We are a global opportunity, and we are committed to providing online business services for all who choose to utilize our products and services around the world. I'm going to introduce you to our corporate staff. On the left of my screen, I have Juan Carlos Olaya Zapata. He is our president. I've actually done phone calls with him because I do not speak Spanish, however, he does. So he has been an amazing, amazing asset to me. You know, in terms of that, he's always, you know, right there for you whenever you need him, as well as Dwayne Golden Sr., who's the gentleman in the middle. Dwayne is the CEO of our company. He is the, you know, kind of the mastermind behind this whole thing. He has a heart of gold. He does a lot for charities, and he's constantly bringing new product to our business to help us become more and more and more successful. Everything that these gentlemen that I'm showing you, everything that they have in mind in terms of this company is always to benefit the people. These gentlemen never, ever, ever will do anything with this compensation plan that will change to hurt us. It's always going to be $25 a month. Always has been, always will be. They just keep adding value to what we have for the same price point. So it's really, really a fun opportunity to be involved in. Jayden Patel is the gentleman to the right. He's our CIO of programming. So all the tools and the systems in place that you are about to see, this is the gentleman behind all of it. He's actually famous in India. We've heard from other people like, oh my God, I know who he is. So it's really exciting to be able to work with these three gentlemen. And I'm very blessed to be able to have contact with them whenever I want. So Ingresso Cybernetico, we do have a tool suite of products. What we're sitting on right now is called Cybernetico Live. What that is, it's our web platform. Now, you may say, oh, well, there's Google Plus out there. I can do a webinar. It's not like that. Cybernetico Live gives you the option of chatting back and forth with each other. We have I have Skype coming in now. We have the ability to chat back and forth with each other. We have the ability to run polls in our platform. We have the ability to upload webinars that have already been created so that you can not be there while your presentation is still going on. We also have the ability of not even being in place and being able to be in another location while that live webinar is going on, log in as an administrator and be able to chat back and forth with the people having a conversation. And we can also have preloaded questions loaded into that so that people can start replying back and forth as well. So there's a lot more to Cybernetico Live than meets the eye. We have chat and surf, so for anybody that surfs the net, if you go to any sort of a website, you see that little bubble in the bottom of your screen saying, you know, chat here, that's what chat and surf is. We have magic responders, lead pages, hosting and domains, which all kind of tie into each other. We have Ingresso Cloud, which has saved me big time because my daughter loves to dump fluid on my computer, and I've done it too many times before meeting this. This is the product that actually sold me because my daughter killed 3 computers in 1 year on me, and I was not backed up. So with Ingresso, everything is up in a cloud system, and you know, I never have to fear. I can log in from my phone, I can log in from my computer, I can go to somebody else's computer and still access my cloud storage. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. We have, as I mentioned, the hosting, a language institute, and as well as an Ingresso app. The Ingresso app comes into play on one of our certain levels that I'll discuss later. But it's really cool for those people that have the ideas of wanting an app or, you know, have been looking into buying one. We get it all under one roof for $25 a month once you purchase a certain level. So I'm going to kind of get into this a little bit. The IC Partnership Hi. Man, I'm having all kinds of things going on today, David. IC Partnership Program, when you purchase this product, it's once a year. You buy it for $300. You can receive up to 100% commissions on select IC products. So if you wanted to go out and sell an app, you could get up to 100% commission on that app if you are a part of the IC membership program. With, excuse me. With our compensation plan, we get paid 10 different ways. So we have a 2x2 business center, which most people know as quote-unquote cycling. We have the digital products, which you can get 100% direct commissions on. The residual unilevel commissions, which that's how I get paid daily from that. We have entrepreneur bonuses. We have contest bonuses, presidential fast start bonuses, lifestyle and car bonuses, affiliate partnership commissions, which I just discussed, live chat service to companies, and team building. The live chat service basically is if you you can actually sell the service to somebody, and they can pay you monthly for you just keeping up on that service. So it's a pretty cool. I do, guys, for those of you that are a subscriber of my channel, I have a webinar with Dwayne Jr. that actually goes and breaks that all down for you. So I'm going to, and the team building bonuses are really cool. I get paid every single month from building a solid team, basically. They reward you for building a business. It's pretty crazy. So when you get into the 2x2 follow me matrix system, what you have to understand is a follow me. So every time I earn a commission on one of these levels, I follow my sponsor back onto his level. Each level that I'm about to discuss, you purchase one time. You get more and more products per level, and it's always $25 a month. No matter how high into the business you go or how much money you make, it is always $25. It's that simple. So basically on the $50 level, when you purchase it for the one time, when you fill up your matrix of 6 people, you're going to earn a $125 commission. Now the way that this kind of works is, and I'm going to show you an example at the end of the presentation of how I've actually gotten people on my level from Crossline and their downline. I've had people, you know, that followed me back in, and I've also gotten people from above me from my sponsor. So it really ties together beautifully. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to fill in all 6 spaces together by yourself. It is a very, very incredible system that they have set up here. So basically, if I brought in David, and David decided that he wanted to bring in Ashley. What happens is that David and Ashley fell right here because David brought in Ashley. Now I brought in Michael and Paul. Now Michael and Paul are in yellow because I brought them in. Now what happened was, in the meantime, we're going to say that David decided that he was going to fill in his matrix really quickly. David could actually fall right back here on my level. And then one more spot, boom, I make a $125 commission. I follow back into my sponsor's next available spot on his matrix, which helps him get closer to making a commission as well. And every single one of these levels do exactly the same thing, except for on the $50 level is the only level that does not pay 300% commission. And each level above that we're about to embark on, you're going to get more and more and more boosted product. So on get my Skype. Anyway, so on this particular level, you're going to get your digital products and your magic responder. All right, and then that's on the 50 level. And remember, every single level from this point on is going to be 300% commissions every single time that you cycle the board or the business center. So this is a business specialist center. When you fill it, you're going to purchase it one time for $100. When you fill it in, it's going to be $300 in commissions. And as I told you, every level you go up, you get more and more and more product. So on this level, you're going to get your digital products and your magic responder. But you're also going to get the Cybernetical Live platform that we're sitting on right now, your chat and serve, lead pages, Ingresso Cloud, IC Host World, and your domain. And every level that you go up, you're going to get one more domain, by the way. So at this point on the $300 level, you're going to have 2 domains instead of 1. So on the $300 business center, when you fill the whole center in, it's going to pay you out $900. Every single time that your matrix falls in, you're going to fall back behind your sponsor, helping them succeed as well. With this level, you're going to get your digital products, your magic responder, Cybernetical Live, chat and serve, lead pages, Ingresso Cloud, the hosting, and the domains. Every level you're going to get one of these, but the products themselves are starting to get into boost level. They're starting to go into a little bit of a hyperdrive because you're going to get more terabytes, you're going to get more space, you're going to get more people that you can put into your magic responder. There's, you know, another domain that you're getting, higher hosting. So everything kind of starts, you know, really, really piling up in terms of your product line. Now, these levels that I'm about to talk about are what I call the big boy levels. These levels are life changers. Michael calls the $300 level that pays $900 the gateway to the comp plan. And I agree with him because this is when lives literally change. Just by doing this one level alone in my last place of living, that was my rent, this one level without doing anything else in this comp plan. So on this level, $500 one time. Once you fill in your 6, you're going to get paid 300% commission at $1,500. Again, you get more and more of your products inside of this. The next level after that is the vice president level. With this level of one-time $1,500, when it fills in, you're going to get $4,500. Now, I know a lot of people like $4,500. Well, guess what, guys? This is my monthly budget. This is what I have to pay out every single month living in New England. So this is a massive, massive thing for me. If I did this once a month, everything else is gravy. Imagine that. You won't have, most people are going, $4,500 a month. My bills are only $2,000. Well, look, if your bills are only $2,000 a month, you did this one business center once a month, look how much money you're putting in the bank. And that's how I look at it. The next level is where the Ingresso app comes into play. This is a huge, huge, huge level, all right, because When you buy this one time for $3,500 and you fill in this matrix with 6 people, whether it's yourself, it could come from, like I said, sideline, depending on where you fell on your sponsor's board. It could come from the efforts of the people you brought onto that board. It could come from your upline. When these 6 people fill in, it's $10,500. Now, let me explain something. When Michael and I found this opportunity, our annual income was $18,000 to $20,000 a year. A year. This one level will pay half, almost more than half than what we were making in an entire year. So on the next level, which is the final level, and this is the big boy level, this is the one that Pete's on, you add all those products I've already talked about, and then, but you're going to add, when you purchase it, or when you cycle this level, you're going to get a week-long vacation. The other thing you're going to get is a custom-built system made for you specifically by Ingresso Cybernetico. So, I mean, this is a massive, massive, massive board to be on. It's actually my next level that I'm actually headed up to very shortly. So another way that we get paid is the monthly residual income. And as I said, I get paid on this every single day. Now, before you purchase what's called a President's Circle membership, you're going to get paid 5 levels of residual income. So everybody on your front line, you're going to make 5. Your 2 line is 2, 1, 1, and 1. So those are the 5 levels. Now, when you decide to purchase the President's Circle membership for one time for $300, and again, everything that you're getting included in what I'm talking about is $25 a month, you're going to open yourself up to 11 levels when you purchase the President's Circle membership. The only difference from the numbers that you see in the second column is level 1 changes to $2 opposed to $5. And the reason that is because you're opening up levels 6 through 11. So you can see that the numbers from on number 6 go back up to 2, and then 7 goes to $3 a person, and then it goes back to 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. All right. Level 12 opens up when you're all in, known as the $7,500 level. That's when that level opens up for you. Okay. So then, I touched upon President's Circle membership. What that is, it's a one-time payment of $300. You're going to get more products with that. As I said, your residual unilevel commissions are going to increase from 6 to 11, opens up on 12 with the $7,500 level. You're going to start getting presidential fast start bonuses, levels 1 through 5. So every person that you directly bring into this business that decides to purchase the President's Circle membership, you're going to get $50 for. Everybody that they decide to bring in, you're going to get $20 for, and then you're going to get 3 more levels, which are 10, 10, and 10. So you're going to get paid just for people deciding to build into their business by purchasing a President's Circle membership, and they're opening up more of a comp plan for themselves. So again, it's 50, 20, 10, 10, 10. And then we also have lifestyle and car bonuses as well. Basically, anybody that brings in 3 people on top of the fast start bonuses, 3 people that go into the President's Circle membership in 1 calendar month, every 3 people is $500 bonus. There is no limit on this. You could bring 100 people into that level in 1 month if you wanted. There is no limit. The other way to make a bonus, the lifestyle bonus in this company, is every 5 upgrades of the $300 level or higher in 1 calendar month, every 5 is $500. So you could bring 100 people in from, the $300 level and up, and you just calculate how many people have upgraded, and boom, you're going to get $500 for every 5 people. This is a game changer. This is a once-a-month thing. I mean, we have all month to do it. Once a month, we get paid for the prior month. It's a fantastic, fantastic thing. So I've already discussed this. Guys, this is a very powerful, part of our comp plan. I have literally seen people walk out the door with $5,000 alone in this one particular part of our company, not even including the other parts. I've seen $20,000 months personally in this company. I've seen members of my team do $40,000 months and higher. So, I mean, it's very, very powerful. So you're asking yourself, how do I get started? You're going to get back with the person that referred you to this webinar. You're going to decide what levels you want to start at, and you're going to plug into your 30-day blueprint and weekly trainings. Now, I'm going to go into a couple of things after I finish this up, because I want to show you proof of a couple different things that this really works, and that I'm going to show you how Crossline has actually been on my business centers. But the thing I want to remind you guys is this. Yes, this is a home-based opportunity, but the thing is that we cannot think small. We do have low ticket, we do have high ticket. But if you went up to anybody in corporate America that owned their brick and mortar business and said, hey, you know, for $6,000 or $14,000, could you open your doors in your business? They would laugh at you. They would be like, there's no way. I'm looking at 100, 250, you know, 350 or more to open my brick and mortar. When you're talking about a business opportunity that is this powerful, and it's such a small price point, and literally business owners laugh when I ask them, because I do know a lot of business owners. So what I want you to do is you're going to get started today, get back with the person that brought you this, but I'm going to go back over into my back office real quick. Dave, you can still see me, right, honey?
Yeah, I got you, Jen.
All right. All right, great. So what this is it's my back office. I want to show you, you know, the matrices that I talked about. I want to show you completed, what they look like, and how I've actually had people on my team and on my sponsors team land on my boards, as well as I've landed on theirs. And it all is just the way that these whole follow me systems work. So I'm going to go over to my my matrix not matrix submissions. Run, church. All right, matrix cycles. So what I want to show you here, and actually this box should be blue, as you can see right here. He's blue. He's actually direct to me. But Earl Cox and I are cross-lined to each other. We're both sponsored by Pete Delmonico, but because of the positioning I landed on the 2 line of Pete's matrix when I cycled my $100 board, when Earl cycled out his board, the next available spot on Pete's business center was under me. Even though Earl's not on my team, although I love him and we are in one family, he is literally cross-lined to me and landed on my level. Now, the thing is that Earl also brought somebody else into the $100 level, which also helped me fill in my matrix. And they're cross-lined to me. Now, Arian is frontline to me, and these other blue people, they are frontline to me as well. So what happened here on Earl's board, he got cross-line spillover from me because of where he was positioned. So that is helping him fill in his matrix to earn a $300 commission. Now, there's another thing that I wanted to show you, because this was kind of like me for him too, which is fine. Well, let me go to the bottom. And what I want to show you, there's just 2 more screens I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to hand it back over to David. But what I want to show you here is all these, now, David, I don't know why you're not blue, but this is David. Right here, Inspire. Oh, that's right, David, you were sponsored to Michael at the time. So David actually has moved into my sponsorship. Michael and I do build this business together, but at the time, he was underneath Michael. So what happened was he ended up falling underneath me. Earl's underneath me again on this level, but see these people? I don't know who they are. They're underneath Earl. This person right here is Martha. I know who she is, but she is David's direct. I only had Arian cycle his 50 back into this level. That's the only work I did on this board, and I still made a $125 commission. Same thing goes over here. The only person that is responsible for my efforts on my $300 level here that produced $900 was Michael. The Frisco kid is Michael. So everybody else, again, look at Earl. He was just like crazy, like busy at this point. So you'll notice though, Earl is not only here, but he's here. And you'll see that his guy is here and here. It's the same person. What happened was Earl brought this guy in out of the Philippines. He went off. He just like was going crazy with sponsoring people. And when he cycled, he had to follow his sponsor. So he filled in a spot on Earl's level and mine. And then when Earl filled the rest of it in, I didn't have anybody else up there yet because they were moving like crazy. I didn't even have time to catch up to them. And Earl fell on my level again. And then I brought Michael back. Michael cycled his level. I'm sorry for my Skype, guys. But Michael came up here, and next thing you know, Earl popped another one in, and I made $900. It was so insane. But there's one other thing, because you guys are like, all right, that's a $50 board, a $100 board, a $300 board. Well, what I want you to understand is it happens on the big boy boards too. And I'm going to show you a $1,500 level. You're going to see Christine is in both of these positions. And here's Alfredo in 2 positions. Here's a person that Christine brought in, and here's Michael. So between 4 of my positions, 2 of them are Alfredo, and 2 of them are Christine. All things are possible here, guys. It is so powerful, because the only thing I did was help Michael cycle his $1,500 level on this level, and Christine and her team were just blowing up, and I made a $4,500 commission off of that. That's nothing to laugh at. It's pretty crazy. So, David, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, honey. You know, I want you to just kind of touch upon the leverage and the power of this comp plan and what you know of it, and, you know, just kind of take it away a little bit.
Thanks a lot, Jen.
You're welcome.
I can see you again. The freaking dogs are going crazy here. They're trying to kill each other. It kind of sounds chaotic like my life in the past. Anyway. Ingresso is very powerful, because what you can do with a very small team in Ingresso, it takes hundreds to thousands of people to do in other companies. Most companies, guys, the product might be amazing. You might be in love with the product, but if it's not filling the fridge and it's not getting you out of the position that you want to be out of, then you really can't economically afford to get involved with that. And I'm not knocking any companies. They all have their comp plan, but a lot of times you're going to be looking at stuff like a 3x10 matrix, or a 4x5 or a 2x14, and if you just do the math on those guys, mathematically they're impossible to fill. Right? Some lady pitched me, and I'm not going to mention the company, but the lady pitched me on a 2x14 matrix. So if you take 2 people, right? They get 2 people. That's 4 on my second level. Then those 4 have to get 2. That's what is that? That's 8 people on my third level, right? I'm not mathematically inclined, guys. 8 people on my third level have to get 2. That's 16 people on my fourth level. And if you bring that down 14 levels, guys, that is 177,000 people to make money. How long it would, I could probably do it if I put my mind to it, but to build a team of 177,000 people, and yes, the product might be phenomenal. That's awesome. But sometimes the comp plans just aren't designed to pay you. What I love the most about Ingresso Cybernetico, 2 things actually. The market is already created, guys. With Ingresso Cybernetico, we offer everything that a marketer needs to utilize to become successful in whatever you're building. So when Jen was going through the product line for Ingresso Cybernetico, you don't have to use those products for Ingresso Cybernetico. You could be into, you could be into a weight loss company. You want to get your domain and web hosting, and you might want a mobile app built. In the Cybernetico Live, you want to be able to present your product, run it on replay, invite people. If you're in makeup, you might want to present this color mascara or whatever you want to do. Ingresso Cybernetico is designed for that, guys. So if you're going to pick out a company, there's a few things that you need to ask yourself before you just jump into the next shiny object. The first thing is do I have to create a market for this, right? Not saying that the products are horrible, but when you deal with stuff like weight loss and makeup and stuff like that, your job becomes very difficult, because you have to convince people on why your product is way better than the 9 million other products that are very similar. So when you're dealing with physical products that have to be packaged, shipped, they have to be warehoused, they need forklift drivers, all that stuff takes away from the profit margin that the company can give you, which is why we're paid so well in Ingresso Cybernetico. During the gold rush, the people that made the most money were not the people that mined the gold. They were the people that sold the tools. So we don't conflict. It's not mine's bigger than yours, come to mine. It's, hey, if you're going to try and blow your business up, or you want to do drop shipping, or if you want to sell your makeup or your weight loss or your tea or whatever else they got going on out there, you should be or already are paying for the tools that we have to offer. When you're looking for a lucrative company, guys, you have to have something that the consumer will want to utilize, whether they want to build a business with you or not. That's how you establish a solid customer base. That's how you establish a foundation. So I might come across somebody that's in a weight loss company, and they might say, you know what, Dave, I really don't feel like building Ingresso Cybernetico, but I'm already paying $10 a year for my domain from GoDaddy. I'm paying $40 a year for my hosting. I'm paying $400 a month for my webinar service. I'm paying Aweber $65 a month, and you mean to tell me that I can get all these tools, all these products and services in one spot for cheaper, right? So I don't have to create the market, guys. The market's already created. All I need to do is capitalize on a market of people that are already using the products and services that we have to offer. When it comes to working online, there's a million different things that you guys can get into. If a lot of people knew to ask the right question, it would really alter their perception on which companies they joined. You know, there's kind of a reason that 85% of people that work online don't make money. A lot of it has to do, it's not necessarily the person, guys. A lot of it has to do with the company, a lot of it has to do with the compensation plan, and a majority of it has to do with the support system. What we do over here and why we're so successful is because we understand the difference between recruiting and duplicating, right? Jen's pretty up there. She's underneath Pete, which is underneath John, which is underneath corporate. As far as I know, I think there's about 27,000 affiliates here in Ingresso Cybernetico just in the United States, and 19,000 of them come from Jen and Mike, which is my sponsorship. That doesn't mean that they sponsored 19,000 people. That just means they know how to build solidity. They know how to teach people how to make money. They work with their team and they care for their team. Therefore, we're able to be successful. Because it's not uncommon to get drug into a company by a smooth-talking recruiter, and the next thing you hear is go watch 900 YouTube videos and go figure it out. It's not that the company was a scam. It's not that you couldn't make money. It's that you didn't have the people above you that were willing to show you how. So when you put all that into perspective, I can put 100 people into my business without a problem. If those 100 people are not willing to put in the work, plug in, and understand that this is a business and invest in their business, I got to go get another 100 people. Then I got to go get another 100 people. Then I got to recruit until I'm 65 and blue in the face, and I got to try and beg you and your grandma to join my business to make money. If you guys had a restaurant, you wouldn't hire the first server that walked through the door if the second one was better. So you got to kind of put people in your business that you want in your business, that you want to work with, that you want to communicate with, that you know are willing to put in the effort. Because network marketing has a very bad name on it, man. A lot of recruiters come in and they leave out the middle sentence because it's actually a three-sentence statement. Invest in yourself and in your business, work your ass off, excuse my language, and then obtain the freedom you want. But most people are so desperate to get somebody into a business that they leave out that work your ass off part, and they say just invest in your business and you'll obtain freedom. Things don't work like that. You know, I'm not going to get all religious, but I read a book that says a man that don't work, don't eat. And that's the way that I was raised. If I wanted $5 to go to the carnival, my father made me pull every weed in the backyard. So applying the same principles to a traditional brick-and-mortar business, guys, is going to give you the obtained results that you want in your work-from-home business. Ingresso Cybernetico. Like Jen stated, it would cost me $250,000 to go open up a restaurant. I wouldn't even know if it was going to succeed or fail. I would have to stock it. I would want good food. I would want good service. And I would attend to my business at least 17 hours a day to make sure, A, nobody was stealing from me, and B, that it was going to be profitable. And if I didn't know how to run a restaurant, I would definitely be at all the successful restaurant owners' houses talking about how do I do this thing, right? There is no grading scale when it comes to network marketing. There is no 92% is an A. You either know how to do it or you don't. And unfortunately, a lot of people's pride keeps them from learning the necessary things that they need to learn, because this is an industry that it's got a learning curve to it. You have to learn your niche. You have to learn your products, your services. You want to establish yourself with a solid company. Major. The company cannot be in debt, guys. It doesn't matter if there's 1 million people making money in that company. If the company is in debt, it's going to collapse, and then everything they built is going to go under. Then they're going to lose credibility with their team. Then they're going to have to try and drag their team into another business, but they've already lost their credibility. And this webinar with the lady presenting the business opportunity has nothing but documented success of not only herself, the people above her, and the people below her. The ones that plug in, the ones that do what is suggested. I don't like to say do what people are rebellious. So they suggest, I'm just going to give it to you like this. If I've never done chemistry before, odds are it's going to be pretty confusing if you're a chemist and you try to teach it to me. And it's not going to make sense, right? And you're going to tell me to do certain things, and I'll be like, I don't understand that. That's because I've never done it before. So if I've never made $100,000 in a year, odds are I don't know how to make $100,000 in a year, or else I would have made $100,000 in a year. Well, I have a lady on this webinar that's made $100,000 in a year, and I can't really argue with what she's got to say. It might be confusing. I might not understand it. Then again, if I did, I would have done it. But as it's presented to me, it starts to make sense. If I try to do chemistry my own way and put two of the wrong chemicals together, we all know that the end of that could be very tragic. And that's normally when I try to do things my way, I wind up beating my head off the computer monitor, wondering why things aren't working out. So plugging in with people that know what they're doing, that can document what they're talking about, that have a track record of success, that have a product line that has a market that's already created, leaves you, that's 75% of the battle right there. So when it comes to leverage, guys, you want to position yourself. Remember, you're starting a business. This is a business, not a fly-by-night company. You want to start yourself and position yourself the best possible. She went through the business centers and how they work, and they pay out 300%. And I'm just going to share with you from my own experience. And I told you guys I took the last little bit of money that I had that I was going to use on the light bill, and it just so happened to be about $75. And I thought I had this logical thinking. And I was like, you know, I'm going to start at the lowest business center. I'm going to cycle that out. I'm going to make $125, and I'm going to move up onto the 100. Then I'm going to buy the 300, and it all sounded logical, right? They told me to start higher. I didn't understand leverage. I didn't understand positioning, so I did it my own way. I brought 5 people into my business. One of those 5 brought one. In 36 hours, I made my first $125. I took $100 of my profit, which was damn near all of my profit. I put it on the $100 business center. Now I own the 50 and the 100. I worked with my 5 people. I got them a $125 check with their work. They bought the $100 business center. I made a $300 check. I took that whole $300 that it took me about another 2 weeks to make. Meanwhile, I still can't pay my bills, and I put it on the $300 business center. So I'm like, cool, man. I'm going to work with my team. I'm going to help them make $300 so they can go up to $300, and then I'm going to make a $900 check. And it all sounded logical. But it dawned on me after about 5 weeks of working my ass off with those 5 people and their team to try and make that money. I called Mike and I said, listen, why did you let me do it like that? And he said, what are you talking about? I said, why are you not just starting people at the $500 or the $1,500, making a $1,500 check or a $4,500 check and going back and buying the business centers that we don't own? And his response to me was, because you wouldn't have listened to me, Dave. And he was absolutely right. He had to tell me what I needed to hear. When it comes to I don't have the money to get involved, you're not going to have the money to get involved. And if you had extra money, you wouldn't be on this business opportunity webinar right now. There's no such thing as extra money. It's like getting an extra cigarette in a pack. It doesn't happen. Something's got to give. When I told Mike that I didn't have money to join a business opportunity, he asked me to have a television, right? And I just met the guy, keep in mind. I was so full of pride. I said, yeah, I got a TV. He says, you need to take the TV to the pawn shop because if you don't have $175 or $475 to start a business, you don't have time to watch TV anyway. And I just met him, and I told him to go screw himself, and I hung the phone up in his face, right? But then I went back.
True story. I was sitting there, and Michael goes, he just hung up on me. I'm like, he'll call back.
I went back, Jen, and I sat on my couch, and I looked at my little 26-inch TV. I didn't have no cable. I looked at my 4 bottles of salad dressing in my fridge. I looked at my queen-size bed. I was sleeping 4 people in, and I said, you know what? That man has made $100,000 in a year, and they were feeding their family out of a food bank. Maybe they know just a little bit more than I do. Then that's how my journey started, guys. 4 months later, I just moved into a 3-bedroom, 1,600-square-foot house with a 2-car garage, a full den on a half-acre of land in less than 4 months. But it took sacrifice. I had a head or a foot in my spinal cord every day when I woke up to get where I'm at. I had to sacrifice, guys.
David, before you do the Unreal, I want to kind of put my story alongside of yours because I talked about how I had $1 million a month earner on the phone. Everything that he told me to do, I did. Now, I made $3,000 my first month in this business, which was awesome, but John was on a roller coaster for a week. and he had less people, but he made $30,000 his first month. And I called him up. I'm like, John, how the hell did you do that? And I'm only doing this. He's like, because you're doing it wrong. And I had to humble myself and go, okay, well, this guy knows more than I do, so maybe I should listen to him. So I started listening to him and showing the value of what we have. I started talking about the top boards and working my way down. And just because my budget looked the way it did, didn't mean the person on the other end of my chat box or on the other end of my phone line, their circumstance was the same. So I had to start realizing that by, you know what, not having that fear, because you never lose anybody in this industry, in this company. If I don't own a level, like on the 3,500 level, I decide to pay a bill instead of going up there, I didn't lose $10,500, you know, because I didn't own it. It would have cycled if I had just stayed ahead of my business. But what happened was that I felt paying a debt off to a friend was more important, and that friend actually is my sponsor. And he's like, why wouldn't you upgrade? I'm like, because I wanted to pay you back. I'm so thankful. But because I did that, and I said, besides, we're so new. Nobody's going to go to that level yet, you know. And then a week later, Alfredo called and said, hey, I'm going to the 3,500. I went, you know, because Alfredo's a beast. It's just a plain and simple fact. But the other thing was in December, and now, mind you, in 2012, Michael and I could not afford one Christmas gift for our kids. It was so embarrassing. We worked hard. We just couldn't keep ahead of it. New England is extremely expensive to keep up with, and we're just really, really down. So we had Toys for Tots for our children for 2012 Christmas. So in 2013, our second month in this business, when we cycled our first, when we cycled our first $300 level for $900, we were so excited. We're on the phone with our sponsor, and we didn't upgrade right away. And, you know, Pete was understanding. He's like, well, you got Christmas. It's okay. However, you should probably go up. And I was kind of battling with it. And by 11:30 that night, I go, you know, everybody's congratulated us except for John. Why is that? And then all of a sudden it was like it was clockwork. At 11:30, John popped in. He goes, congratulations on earning a $900 commission. You did not upgrade. What the hell? And I looked at Michael and I went, it was almost like I was a little girl that got slapped on the hand, you know, because everything he's ever told me I made money doing. And the one time that I decided to think for myself, I was kind of hurting myself. And I looked at Michael and I said, I'm just doing it. He goes, Jen, Christmas is next week. We can do it after Christmas, you know, just wait. And I'm like, you know what? No. I went in with Michael watching, and again, this is a man that didn't want me to join the business. He was so thankful I decided to go against him in the first place now. But I went in, I clicked the button, I said, to hell with it. The hell with it. It will break in January. I need to be that leader for my people. And so sure enough, we go in 2 days before Christmas. We took the days off, and the day after Christmas, we came back. I opened my computer that Christmas, the day after Christmas night, and I was like, oh my God, there's a $1,500 paycheck back there, and I can prove it to you for anybody that wants to see it. I will screenshot that thing for you because it was the most incredible thing. December 26th, 2013, we made a $1,500 commission, and that was the first year in our entire 10 years together that we had taken 2 days off for Christmas. It was crazy. I didn't have anything to do with it. It just filled in by itself, and boom, there it was. And it was the most ironic thing that when I cycled the 1,500 level, because I immediately took that commission and upgraded, that's what I did. I bought myself my next level. So it was odd for me not to purchase that $3,500 level. And I was thinking small again. I was thinking for myself again. And if John had just called and said, hey, you know, you're doing it wrong again, I probably would have just gone up and done that. But I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't keep myself leveraged in front of my business. So overall, I did lose $10,500 for not being a responsible business owner. So that's why I'm on my team about that. I'm like, stay in front of your business. Stay in front of your people. Alfredo will tell you there are people that were 7 levels below him. In each one of those levels, nobody owned a certain business center. And next thing you know, he'd open up his back office and go, who is this person? He would go research them because they were on his business center, and they were 7 levels deep because 6 people were not in front of their business. They lost a person on their business center. So back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Jen. I just love Ingresso Cybernetical the way that it's designed because you don't have to have $14,000 to start your business. You can take a little bit of faith, but more than money, guys, it's once you have the belief in yourself that it's possible, you can make the resources happen. The beautiful thing about Ingresso is there is no join for $50 or join for $1,000 or join for $13,475. Dwayne has this thing broken up to match the budget, or when I say match the budget, I say step outside of the box a little bit, of anybody, right? So people ask me all the time, what should I start at? And I tell them, you should start at $13,475. And they're like, whoa. And I'm like, no, listen to this. If you bring me any combination of 6 people, any combination, that doesn't mean that you get all 6. That means you can get 2 and they get 2. You can get 4 and one of those 4 get 2. You can get 2 spillover, and they can get 2 apiece, and you own those business centers. That's a $42,000, some odd, I will say about $43,000 that I can help you put into your bank account, not next month, not in 6 months, next week. It is not unfeasible to make yourself $500,000 a year in this company if you are positioned in your business correctly. But the problem is, most people don't have $13,475 in the bank to start a business. I know I didn't. Right? So start where you can. Eliminate the $7,500 business center, buy up to the $3,500 business center, each one paying out 300%, fill them in at the same time. It doesn't matter if you own a business center higher than the person that you brought in, because they're going to make profit and they're going to go there anyway. Because nothing pisses people off more, right? I do a lot of 3-way calls. Nothing pisses them off more than being positioned on a $50 and $100 business center. They put somebody on the phone with me, and I sell them up to a $500 business center. Then they're running around like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to come up with the other $300 and $500, so they don't leave a $900 and a $1,500 check on the table.
Yep.
So guys, you got to treat your business seriously. If all you have to start is $50, more power to you, man. I'm not a guru, and I'm not a millionaire. I know what it was like to only have $50, and I'm going to work with you anyway as long as you take responsibility for your business.
Well, could you imagine, David, though, because I said that the week of Christmas I had a $4,000 week that year, 2013, our second month in. If I had listened to Michael and I listened to myself instead of John, I would have lost out on $1,500 of that. I mean, it's just that simple. If you're not in front of your business, you can't earn that commission. And there are people out there, guys, that do have $14,000 to put into a business, believe it or not. There are people that do join this business at those levels, and it happens all the time. You may not see it yet in your business, but you have to have more faith in your business than you have right now. You have to believe that, you know what, this is the most amazing thing, and it is. I mean, I don't have these things on my wall because I'm bragging. I have them because I've achieved them and I'm proud of them. And everybody that's watching this webinar can do the same thing. David and I are nobody special. We're just a couple of people that decided that we're going to take and teach a man to fish. John and Pete taught me how to fish so I could feed my family. You know, they didn't give me a fish so I could feed them for a day. They gave me the tools, they gave me the resources and the confidence that I could do this business. Michael and I were in businesses for years before this. We never had any success. This is something that was completely out of the box. When we saw the way that these business centers were moving and the residual income kept rising, and I mean to the tune of $155,000 between the two of our accounts, in this coming weekend is 19 months. On the 7th is 19 months that we've been in this business. And in that time period, going from $18,000 to $20,000 a year to $155,000 in 19 months, guys, do the math. How many years of income have I earned just by following what my mentor said? Just by listening. I kicked and screamed with Pete. I was like, you're wrong, but I'll do it anyway. And of course, he was always right. And so that's why I'm like I am with my team, because you guys can tell me I'm wrong till the sun goes down, but I'm right because I know from experience that there is so much money on the table for this. And I'm proud to have Alfredo. I mean, I've made $155,000, but Alfredo's on my 2 levels down from me, and he's made over $300,000 in the same time period because he took his business seriously.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
so Imagine signing somebody like that on your team. Michael Martin is on this webinar right now. He's made about 100,000, I think, if not more. You know, I mean, it's like crazy the numbers that come out. I mean, on our team, we have multiple six-figure earner documented. We have, I can't even count how many high five-figure earners that have walked that stage, and we have even more walking, including David at the next event. David will be walking, collecting his first check in Ingresso Cybernetico that he'll be able to place on the wall of his new home in Alabama because he followed the simple instructions. He didn't like what we said, he just did it anyway, because I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do, and I'm not going to tell you something that's going to hurt you. I'm just saying that I'm going to tell you right now, if you are in this business and you have not leveraged yourself in front of your business and you do have the means to do it, you're going to see somebody come into your business. They're going to jump over you when you're sleeping. You're going to wake up and look at their business centers and go, they're up before me, and you're going to kick yourself in the rear end.
Absolutely. You know, Jen, right before we moved down to this house, I think about a month before we moved, I was looking at my little camper, and I had absolutely no space to hang my check that I'm going to get. I told Ashley, I said, we're going to have to hang that check on the ceiling, because that double slide-out camper, I had no wall space, so now I'm in every room like, where can I put that check? Right? So anyway, the beautiful thing about Ingresso, guys, is it's not designed on selling a million things of product. It's designed on finding a couple solid people that want to run with you. If you go for any other business opportunities, it happens all the time. The people are so used to trying to be. I tell people straight off the bat when I get them on the phone, I'm not here to sell you, and I'm not here to pitch you. I'm here to show you what's possible. And if you want to make a change, I'm going to tell you what it's going to take, the investment it's going to take, and then you can hang up and you can go count the costs. And then you can get back with me, because I'm a business owner. I know the difference between putting liabilities and assets into my business, guys. You don't want to get caught up in that cat and mouse game of, man, I hope everybody signs my business. It's going to get very frustrating and you'll pull your hair out. With Ingresso Cybernetico, because of the follow me system, you literally need a team of 2 to 6 people. That's it.
And that's it. And there's no qualification. And there's one more point I want to bring up as we close it out, David, is that you know how much I love Dwayne. I mean, Dwayne Sr., the CEO, I just love him to pieces. I'm so grateful to have a relationship. He's like my brother in life, you know, as well. And, you know, I just have the highest respect for him. But he says something that always rings true to me. And he says it all the time on webinars. And he's like, you know what, this is the thing. You may be really good at cooking. You may be really good at baking muffins, or, you know, you may be good at, you know, doing this, that, or the next thing, and you want to start a business online with it. However, you have to go with what sells. And these are tools that people buy every single day. They purchase them every single month. They have them on auto ship to come out of their bank account every single month, because they know they're tools that they need to run their business. Now, I've said it, you can use it in your personal life. You can invite people to birthday parties and use your you know, you can have like a little, you know, video and say, hey, it's Casey's birthday, and you know, we're having it at this place. We're really excited about it. You know, register here to let me know you're coming. You know, whatever in your personal life. You can use it in brick and mortar. Terry Frazier is huge about talking about the value of outside of Facebook and outside of the other social media sites, which, yes, people in that industry also use these tools. So, I mean, they are a very full circle. If you don't think small about what our products are for, you can really start being creative and realize that, you know what, getting outside of social media or adding outside of social media to your business is really going to help it explode. And as I've shown you, there are so many high documented earners in this company just by not thinking small. That they really took hold of this. And, you know, this is just a home for us.
I'm going to finish it up with this, Jen, then we're going to close out, because this is something, I guess you can call it a revelation. Being, you know, I started working for my parents. They owned restaurants. I was 14 years old, and I was serving tables, and I did that for 15 years. And then, you know, because I watched my father be a business owner, and I was the employee, and then I got into working online to where I went to being my own business owner. And it dawned on me, society, guys, is going to teach you. Go to school for 900 years, get a good degree, go fight the job market with thousands of people to try and find a good job, start your way at the bottom, work your way to the top, and then hopefully before you die, you can make $100,000 a year. Donald Trump teaches his kids to go buy a pinball machine, go put it in a restaurant, go let it make money for you while you're sleeping. Then it's your profit. By all means, spend it if you want to. If you're a smart idiot, you'll take part of that profit and put it back into your business. Buy another pinball machine, put it in another restaurant, and let it generate profit for you. Now you got two things working for you while you're sleeping. You don't need an education. So my 8 and 10-year-old son are going to go build a lemonade stand, right? They're going to take part of their allowance to buy the supplies. They're going to put it out there. They're going to take 15% of their profit. They're going to hire some neighborhood kids to run that lemonade stand, and they're going to go build another one. So while other people's kids are out fighting for a job, my kids won't be. You just got to switch your mindset, guys. You don't have to stay enslaved. It's all about whatever your definition of freedom is. If you want to make $5 a month, if that's what's going to give you your freedom, let's do it. If you want to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, we can do that too. And that kind of, and I'm going to close it out with this. That dawned on me. I have a woman in my business who's a $100,000 earner in the corporate world. She's manager over hotels. She's got people under her, but yet she's in my business. So I asked her.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I asked her, I said, why are you in this trying to make money? You make $100,000 a year in the corporate world. And she said, Dave, whatever I have in my bank account is priceless for the time that you get to spend with your daughter at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What good is making $100,000 in a year if I have to work 80 hours a week for it? The name of my team is Team Freedom Bound. It's not Team Money Bound. It's whatever your definition of freedom is. I'm here to help you create that. Money is just the tool that we're going to utilize to get you in the position you want to be. So that's all I have to share, Jen. And
yeah, I want to expand upon that. I want you to go in your front yard for a second. You know, the other thing about this beautiful woman that he's just talking about, she saw the power of this company, and she quit her job. She's no longer working for that company anymore because she sees the power of what she can do here in Ingresso. So she quit her $100,000 a year job to be here because she loves the people, she loves the product, she loves the, you know, what we're standing for here. Her husband makes really good money, and he's in complete support. And I believe it was him that brought it up to her and said, why don't you just, you like this company, and I think you'll do really well at it. And besides the fact, she knows a lot of people that are in her shoes. So when I say that people can afford to come in all in, I mean it, because we have them on our team. So, you know, it's so powerful. And, you know, the thing I want to close out with was you heard David talk about how he was in a camper. Well, a couple weeks ago, I told you he was in my home. Well, I want to have David show you where he is now, and it's all because of what he did and the steps he took in his own life. And trust me, it was not easy. It wasn't like he had the biggest support system at you know, in his, you know, family realm. He was battling everything in the process, and he came out winning. So David, show us your surprise.
Here you go, one more again.
Not bad.
Hey, guys, I was the guy that slept in whatever corner you had available in your house because I didn't know how to be a man and take care of responsibilities. That's who I was, and today my parents were some of the biggest people against me. You'll never succeed at that. You'll never make money, and my house is actually, I think it's about 300 square foot bigger than my parents' house.
Show it again.
I'm already back in the garage, Jeff.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. Anyway, so, you know, I think we proved our point. You know, you guys can, you know, take it home, absorb it, but know that we're a team of people that really care about each other and support each other and kick each other in the butt when necessary, which is my favorite part. But I love you guys, and you know, feel free to share this with your friends, and you know, I look forward to seeing you prosper. And you know, like David said, your definition of freedom, figure out what it is and go get it, because that's what's going to keep you moving in your business during your growth. So all things are possible, and happy Thursday. Those on my team, run fast. You have until 1 o'clock Central Time in the morning to, you know, close out your week strong. Go bless some lives. Talk to you guys later, and thanks for coming.
Thanks, Jen. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.